Here we have something I really like to see. But it's not because I like to see like what he's saying, because what he's saying is frustrating. It's crappy, but it goes to exemplify what is going on with the SAG-AFTRA strike, why it is important, even for big celebrities, people like Aaron Paul, like Bryan Cranston, to be out on the picket line. So here is Breaking Bad star Jesse from Breaking Bad, and I guess Better Call Saul. Spoiler alert. On striking and his residuals from Netflix for Breaking Bad, which is arguably the best, if not one of the best shows ever created.
I don't get a piece from Netflix on Breaking Bad, to be totally honest, and that's insane to me. You know what I mean? Like shows live forever on these streamers, and it goes through waves. You know, and I mean, I just saw the other day that Breaking Bad was trending on Netflix. I mean, it's such common sense, and I think a lot of these streamers, they know that they have been getting away with not paying people just fair wage, and now it's time to pony up, and that's just one of the things that we're fighting for.
So that's a good way to end it too for this clip. Aaron notes that it's just one of the things that they are fighting for, because residuals are a way that in the past, when you sold a show to, let's say, a cable network, that's how you would get paid. Every time they're airing it, you're getting paid. Same way, like on the radio, you're getting plays, they'll pay you. On streaming services, the production companies, and more specifically, the actors and the writers and the editors and the people that operate the stages, the people that create the costumes, you know, the people that operate the cameras, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They don't have the back room data that shows 1 million people watched Breaking Bad this week, and they signed up for Netflix because of that show, which the data is probably not as strong on that second part, but some of these shows are definitely would serve as loss leaders. That's another topic. But the actors have no input or understanding of the specifics of their show making money because they don't have the data. The streaming services don't have to share the data, and they don't have to tell anybody what they are basically making off of it, unless when they're a public company, you have the public financial statements, but it doesn't say like, oh, Breaking Bad brought in X amount of subscriptions. That's just not how it works. So when they buy the show, it's like Aaron's pointing out, it just lives on there unless it's renegotiated and you put in, we get new residuals after a certain amount. So one of the two basically main actors in the greatest or one of the greatest shows gets $0 in residuals from Breaking Bad being on Netflix. Shouldn't that tell us something? Like, I'm sure Aaron Paul has enough money, right? But he is an example. If he is getting $0, what about the people that are extras? What about the people that are minor characters? They don't have a job necessarily every single year for in acting that makes them hit the certain amount of money that they need to get health insurance. They need to pay the bills. They don't necessarily work the same schedules as the average person. It's very seasonal. It's very hit or miss on some of these things. And we'll talk about some of this seasonality and hit or miss stuff with Bill Maher, but he's an example. When we talk about writing, he's talking about the acting piece. Talk about writing. They want to automate writers away. You think that an automated writer is going to make Breaking Bad or The Sopranos? I don't think so. Actually, in fact, I know they wouldn't. Because there's a human element in writing and creativity, and creative writing for that matter, bend them together, that creates these stories that are so unique and engaging and keeps people hooked. No matter what algorithm you put it in, you're not going to get the stories like to come out that way. Look, I've tried to use Chat GPT to like edit papers, and it'll change stuff that just doesn't need to be changed, and it'll make things super robotic almost in a way. Can it be used? Yes. Should it be used for creative endeavors like writing TV shows? No. Books? No. Poetry? No. Songs? No. It's not that complicated. But here we have another clip of now we have Bryan Cranston with Aaron Paul talking about their membership in SAG-AFTRA and what it meant to them.
I've been a SAG member for a very long time, most of my life.
I just realized I've been a member for 44 years. 44 years.
That's how old I am. You became a member in 79.
In 79.
That's when I was born.
Aaron said at the rally here that when he was just starting out, if he didn't have residuals coming in, he would not have been able to continue.
There's no way I would have been able to survive.
And that's so true.
So emphasizing that when Aaron Paul was starting, so before shows like Breaking Bad, he was getting residuals for shows so that they were paying him when he didn't necessarily have a job or a role in a show. That's how he was surviving while he was auditioning. Because here's the thing. You audition, you do all this stuff, you don't necessarily get paid. You don't get paid for any of that stuff. So even if you're trying and you are putting yourself out there and you are doing all this stuff, you don't necessarily make any money. So what Brian's highlighting there is saying, basically, Aaron made it off of residuals for a long time, and then he gets the role of Jesse, basically. And then checkmate, right?
But that's our generation. My generation, then your generation. This new generation doesn't have that advantage.
And this is why it's important for people like Brian and Aaron to do this, because they're saying, like, look, we made it. We made it. Does it bother them? I'm sure that they get $0 in residuals from Breaking Bad. Maybe Bryan Cranston does. I don't know. But Aaron Paul, as we know from the last clip, said he didn't. Does it bother them that they get 0? Yeah, I'm sure it does. But they would be okay. This is what solidarity means. This is an example of solidarity where it says, you know what? I might be in the top 1% of my field, my profession. But I'm still going to fight for the people that haven't made it yet. I'm still going to organize with them, stand in solidarity with them, not cross the picket line because, I could probably do this show or do that movie and whatever. This is what solidarity should look like, but it also is what it does look like right now, which I don't know that we would have always seen it because the growing labor movement right now is so much stronger, and it hopefully will just continue to get better.
What used to be part of our income relying on syndication, foreign syndication, DVD sales, and all those things, they're no more. The business has changed. And the AMPTP is trying to.
I just want to note that is not me breathing. That's them breathing while walking.
The old business model, and it just doesn't work. It won't work, and it can't work. And we're just trying to get them to see that they realize this. I know they realize.
They know it. They know it. They know it.
They're trying to deny it by saying, "But why we have a residuals system?" And it's like, "Oh no, streaming changed everything.
Changed everything."
And in fact, all the legacy studios, instead of this one, not yet. But the other legacy studios have changed their business model in recognition of this.
We're not going anywhere. We're standing in solidarity with every SAG member out there. And we're just fighting the good fight.
Damn straight. I like to see that these are celebrities doing this because it shows to you that the average person also can do that. It's standing up for the big, little, medium, everybody in between. And that's what solidarity is supposed to be about.